Tell us about the foundation and some important points about that.
All right, we talked a little bit on the roof about the gutter system and how important it was to manage the water around the home. And it is important because water is truly the home's enemy. You do not want it running toward your foundation. It can create hydrostatic pressure against the foundation. It can really create some big issues. So what we want to make sure is that the grading or the dirt up against the foundation is higher than it would be away. They say an inch for every 4 foot of run, but bottom line is if you can eye it, or better yet, if it's raining, it sounds a little silly, but if it's raining really hard, get out and walk around the perimeter of your house, watch where the water is going. You want it to be getting out of the gutters. If it's clogged gutters, you'll see it running up over the top of the gutter, and then you know you have a problem.
Sure.
So from an inspection standpoint, we want to make sure the dirt around the foundation is built up, in that we have adequate drainage all the way around, in fact, all the way down to the gutter system. And actually, this is probably a pretty good setup here. The gutter system itself, you really want it to get out beyond the landscaping. A lot of times people have really nice landscaping around their house and they don't realize that's creating a ponding effect and holding the moisture right up against the foundation. So these extensions are it's real important just to get them out away from the foundation.
So don't use it as a watering system for your plants, in other words.
Probably there's a better way to water your
I
plants.
think so. But
That's
I do
right.
have a question on when you are doing landscape work and they put plastic or another material under your rock. Does that hinder or not the water runoff?
Actually, the plastic should be followed by drain gravel. You'll see a lot of rock being used.
Yes.
And that's because it works kind of as a filter. The
Okay.
water is able to sift through it. So really what we're talking about is the grading or the dirt below that landscaping.
Okay.
That's what's important, because almost no matter what kind of landscaping you have, the water will seep through that. And so the runoff is the dirt or the backfill up against the foundation.
So
It's a
when
great question.
if you want to do anything of interest, you're better off getting somebody who really knows what they're doing as far as the landscaping goes, and not just stick some flowers in here, because
Yeah.
you could be in big trouble.
Or at least make sure before you do it that your dirt is slightly sloped away from the foundation. That's
Right.
probably the biggest thing to remember.
Okay. Now we were
Easy
going
to do.
we were going to do the window. Were you going to tell us about the windows?
Yep,
Let's
there are
go
a few
back
more
over
things
here.
if we want to walk straight
Yep.
back up here. We got a good
Okay.
window to use as an example. During a home inspection, an inspector will make sure that things are caulked and sealed properly. Water obviously can get through the smallest of holes, and so we want to make sure windows have a drip edge on the top so that the water runs around it and over the window, not down in between the window, and then around the sides as well. Something that is oftentimes simply deteriorated over the years. The UV rays of the sun will dry that up, crack it, it falls out, and so that's important to maintain. And again, around any of the penetrations that are around, like a simple vent like this, again, really good idea to make sure that's caulked up and sealed.
Okay, question. This home has metal framing.
Mhm.
Now, other homes might have wood. How does that differ?
Really, the metal cladding is a little more maintenance free, of course, but it's really the same concept. I'm making sure the water's not able to penetrate the material. And then in addition to that, if it was wood, Tam, I would probably just say make sure the wood is in good shape. A lot of inspectors wear out gloves by pressing and touching things, because
Okay.
you want to make sure the integrity of that wood is there.
Sure.
And that it just doesn't look good, that it actually is all in place.
Makes sense.
All right.
These
All
have
right.
been some really good tips. I don't know. I think I'm going to go walk around the next time it's raining, because I'm not really sure about some spots around my house.
probably not
Or
something
maybe
you think
I'll
about
maybe I'll give
doing,
one of my
but-
kids a buck to walk around when it's raining really
Well,
hard.
they like to walk in the rain.
Well,
it might be fun for them.
I'll give them a slicker or something to wear while they're doing it. This is everything we need to know about the foundation, the windows. This has been a lot of really great information. Please join us after the break here on Metro Woman.
But first, here's another quick and easy recipe from Kayla Westergaard from the Iowa Egg Council.
Scrambled eggs, not just for breakfast. Today we're going to be making a creamy egg spread. Let's get started. The ingredients you'll need are 4 eggs, 1/4 of a cup of light cream cheese, 1 tablespoon zesty Italian dressing mix, dry, and 2 teaspoons of chives. Now what you want to do is put your 4 eggs, crack your 4 eggs into a bowl, mix well, and then add your chives, and then the dry dressing mix. And mix the ingredients until blended. Once you've done that, add your 1/4 cup of cream cheese. And mix again. Once the ingredients are mixed, add your mixture to a skillet on medium-high heat and cook it just like you would scrambled eggs. When we come back, creamy egg spread.
Moving my mind and my hands at world record speed. I'm Luke Myers. If you want to be incredible, eat incredible.
Eggs. Incredible energy for body and mind.
Our egg mixture has set, so we're gonna put our mixture on crackers. You can also use toast points or even sliced vegetables. This serves great as an appetizer or even an afternoon snack. Creamy egg spread, not just for breakfast.
Kelly, you wanted to say a few things about a deck.
Yeah, I did, and it's really one of those things that nobody really thinks about. I mean, it's either that a home has a deck or it doesn't have a deck, but one thing a home inspector looks for besides the obvious condition of it are these things right here, the railing or the balusters. This is really important. This particular deck is low to the ground, so it's maybe not as important, but boy, let me tell you, when you have small children, it's important two things, that these railings are no more than 4 inches apart from each other, because a little one can get themselves wedged in between there, and you certainly don't want that.
Right.
The other item is just to make sure they're good and safe. We like to see wood screws being used opposed to nails. Over time, nails will they'll kind of develop some drying effects of the wood, and they will become loose, and a child will go up and they like to grab them and
yes,
hold
they
them,
do.
and they could fall straight through it. And if you have a deck that's a second story, could be a real safety issue. So and I guess just real important to make sure these are nice and tight.
Makes good
That's
sense.
You know,
Yes.
and you can't be too careful around little kids. They have figured out everything to get around.
More than we have.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I can guarantee you that for sure. Now, what would be some just bullet points on what we have learned today about the outside of the home?
Well, I think you want to really start at the roof. We were on the roof earlier and we talked about the materials of the roof. It's a rather expensive item. It is something that's important to make sure that it keeps the elements off your home. So certainly the roof. Then as you work your way down, just the overall condition and caulking, condition of the siding, the windows, caulking around those items. I think water management is something we hit on. That's really important.
Especially in the Midwest.
Absolutely. We get a lot of rain, a lot of snow that melts
Yep.
too. It really
Right.
does the same thing. So the water management around a home, and then maybe we'll finish with just the safety part about the deck and any other things around the home that can cause a child to be unsafe.
Kelly, thank you so much. We've definitely learned a lot today, and we hope you've learned a lot at home about home inspections. And if you have any show ideas, please visit our website, www.metrowoman.tv, and let us know what you'd like to see. Thanks for watching.